Good morning, dear students. After dealing with approaches to curriculum planning, we will discuss about levels of curriculum planning and approaches of curriculum design. Levels of curriculum planning. Curriculum planning has 7 levels, that is national, state, school system wide, a building, a teacher team, individual teacher, and the classroom planning. This involves cooperative planning between learners and teachers. Let us discuss them. National level. Planning at this level involves experts of various disciplines from across the country to discuss and develop a curriculum that meets the demands. The stages involved in the planning process at the national level are identifying important subject matter, facts, principles, concepts, etc. Deciding a sequence in which the subject matter may be taught from specific to general or from easy to difficult, etc. Recommending activities through which learners might best learn the subject matter, including experiments, discussions, etc. Listing supplementary materials for further studies in the particular subject area and suggesting tests that learners might take to check their progress. The National Council of Educational Research and Training (NCERT), New Delhi, an autonomous organization under the Department of School Education and Literacy of MHRD, is the national level agency involved in selection and organization of knowledge in schools and bring out as national curriculum framework. After curriculum is developed, it is given to teachers for implementation. State level. A committee comprises a group of educators, that is teachers, principals, curriculum coordinators, etc. Under the state education department undertakes the task to recommend what ought to constitute the overall curriculum across the state, keeping in mind the state requirements. While developing a state level curriculum, guidelines are adopted from national curriculum framework. School system wide level. It is a district level curriculum planning which is done by the team consists of elementary, middle and high school level teachers and district curriculum coordinator. It reflects on curriculum issues affecting the whole district. The committee considers following questions while finalizing the curriculum. What are some present problems or ideas in the district that could be referred to the curriculum planning committee? What method can be used to have a fair representation of various groups such as teachers, administrators and citizens? Which issues the curriculum committee could classify as not appropriate for considerations? Building or institution level. A group of parents, teachers, administrators, counselors and learners work together on the personal and social experiences that students encounter while undertaking any academic activities. It is also termed as hidden curriculum. Since these features do result in learning, they need to be considered in conscious efforts to plan the curriculum. Teacher team level. Here a group of teachers representing different subject areas come together to develop a unit. It is also called interdisciplinary curriculum planning. Individual teacher level. In this case, a teacher tries to make a decision about learning objectives, what the teacher would like a group of learners to learn. She develops a set of plans for use on a daily or weekly basis. While designing a plan, following points must be considered, such as the characteristics of the learners, the sequencing of activities, the appropriateness of various learning materials, and the availability of resources. Cooperative curriculum planning label. Here the teacher guides a group of learners to formulate plans as to how they might study a particular topic. The teacher and learner work together to decide any combination of the what, how, who, where, and when questions regarding the unit they are working at. Now, approaches of curriculum designing. A curriculum approach is defined as a pattern of organization used in making decisions about the various aspects of a teaching learning situation. The choice of a particular approach for curriculum development reflects the following: selection of objectives, use of subject matter or content, type of learning experiences to be provided, role of teachers, learners, and the organizing center for the teaching learning situation, choice of method for providing the learning experiences. These approaches are categorized into four major groups. Let us now discuss the curricular approaches in the order given below. Subject area approach. One of the most widely used curricular approaches is the subject-centered approach. In this design, the curriculum is planned around separate subjects area or disciplines. It allows a student at the secondary school level to develop interest and competency in our subject area. However, a variety of courses should be offered to address the needs of different students. This orientation to subject matter reflected a mental discipline approach to learning, thus mastery of subjects and skills forms the basis for learning objectives. Broad fields approach. This approach organizes curricular components by combining two or more subjects from related fields into a broader field. The popularity of this approach in recent times is due to the following reasons. Curriculum is not compartmentalized into rigid subject boundaries. Hence, the information becomes more meaningful to the learners. Teachers have together flexibility to choose content. Learners can see the interrelatedness of various subjects area in the curriculum. They can generalize knowledge across broad areas. The criticism of this approach is that learners gain only a superficial understanding of the various concepts in the broad field areas. Problem-centered approach, curriculum designing. The primary objective of using this approach is to create in the learners an awareness of crucial social issues and develop skills to help solve such problems. Some problem-centered approaches focus on persistent life situations. Others deal with contemporary social problems. Some address areas of living and some with the reconstruction of society. Problem-centered curriculum designs are designed to address societal needs and are unmet and also for preservation of culture. For example, courses may be developed on environmental problems, technology, racism, futurology, etc. Learner-centered approach. It emphasizes that all school learning should be geared around the needs, interests, and abilities of the learners. The major purpose behind the approach is to help learners come to grips with issues in their lives and be prepared for the present. When a child is nearing adolescence, much skill and discernment are required to lead him towards theoretical studies. So, the teachers should provide learners the opportunity to explore nature and learn on their own. This approach also draws from the principle of learning by doing. For example, field trips in geography, while the topics of study may be organized and planned by teachers, learning would occur spontaneously from discussions among pupils and teachers. The above child-centered design believed that the method of instruction should be patterned on the child's natural approach to learning. Thus, education is a social process by which an individual achieves social aims. Thank you and have a good day.